Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. It's been a while again since we've last played this. There's been a few, new versions and some interesting things are now available. So I thought, why don't I just do another Star Citizen episode again after all these probably months at this point. What we're doing here right now is we've just cleared good old security port just good old Port Olisar, and we're trying to head to carrier security if I'm able to find it. You know what? We have automated systems for that. So we're orbiting Cylon right now, and I'd like to get here. Apparently I took the wrong jump. My bad. Yeah, I took the wrong QM. Sorry about that. Anyway, compared to when I've made the last episode here, the system has been expanded further. In the past, we only had access to Crusader and its moons. Crusader is a planet here in the Stanton system where we are, and we also had access to Daima, which is another close-by planet that doesn't have moons because it's a rather small planet. Now basically we have access to the entire system, with some exceptions right now, which will probably be made available in 3.4 or 3.5. We're at 3.3.5, I believe, at this very moment. But 3.3 was a big step in the right direction, as far as I'm considered. So we're heading to security post Carrier. The point for that is that some bad guys have infiltrated it, and now I'm heading there to, take those bad guys out because they're not supposed to be there. So the military hired a random guy like me to clear out 7 armed hostiles on a security outpost. Sounds reasonable enough. Also, apparently there's someone else here. There's at least a freelancer there. Nobody has killed anyone yet, because more than one guy can accept the mission at any given point. So it's possible that it might have been here before, but I highly doubt it. Probably just got here himself or herself, themselves. All right, let's try and land this bird real quick. All right.
Collision alert. Low.
Yeah, I'm landing, man.
Complete.
That's why there's collision alert low.
Engines are off.
Alright. Let's head in there. Let's tell chat that I'm heading there. So alright, let's head out. Alright, let's talk about guns. Guns? I don't have my other gun equipped. Oops. Let's only talk about gun then. Let's equip that. Also that. Good. Guns. We have 2. Let's start with that one. The L-86 Ballistic Pistol. It's basically a Desert Eagle in space. A good old ballistic handgun. It's pretty effective at all ranges, but has ammunition consumption issues. So there's that. And we need to focus though. So I'll explain the rest later when there's not 7 hostiles potentially bearing down on me. Alright, we're on this side. I don't particularly like it. Anyway. There's one guy.
What the hell was that?
Alright, we made a lot of noise. Ugh. Sure, no, there's one on there. Come on. Sure, now they're surrounding me from all sides. I didn't like this position we got in here. Apologies, I only got one guy. Oh damn. Well, so much about that. I have managed to kill all of them before, but I got in from a different position apparently, and apparently that was better. Well, so much about that. I think I still got like 200 creds out of this because I killed that one guy, but that was pretty pathetic. I apologize. Anyway, just wanted to show that there's a much more pronounced that you have many more options now, because this game is not just about pretty spaceships. Yeah, it's also about that, and pretty spaceships are probably what drove it over $200 million just a few days ago. So the game has that, definitely, but you can also do ground combat. The specific mode, Arena Commander, that was just basically training for ground combat, has existed for some time now. But since there's only humans playing it, getting in there was kind of a mess, because most of the people there were really good, and then if you just started out, it was painful to get through there. Anyway, I can expedite it. I probably shouldn't wait a few minutes. Oh well. Let's actually expedite the Aurora, and we can just continue, because I don't want to mess this up further. Well, I could wait 3 minutes for the Cutlass. Well, probably need to buy a new gun anyway, so maybe we continue to talk about guns, because I'm pretty sure I lost the handgun that I had. Because I had it in my hand when I died. Yes, that's a weird rule right now. A lot of things are still weird because the systems that will make it better aren't fully there yet and will come with in future updates. So some things like persistence are basically just hard-coded stopgap solutions. So no, I don't want to buy armor. So that's why I lost my handgun. And normally you should be able to keep everything when you die. However, since I had it in my hand, it wasn't in my inventory per se, but in my hand, you know, and my hand is not part of my inventory. So I kind of lost the gun, and I would need to buy a new one. No, not one of those. Let's buy with catalog, I guess. You can buy stuff off the shelves. You can also buy stuff off the catalog here. Basically, all these energy pistols are basically the same except for the appearance, you know, that and this one and this one. They all have the same properties. They're all the energy pistol. Where's that ballistic pistol? I think that was the one I had. Maybe we go with a different design. No. Well, let's stick with the design we already had. So let's buy one, and let's also buy some more ammo for that. Alrighty, so one of our ships should be ready now. Alright, there was other things that I could show, so just hold your horses while we wait for, I guess, the Cutlass to come back in a little less than a minute. Yeah, that was that. I was kind of planning for that to take longer, but, you know, getting flanked is a bad thing in first-person shooters, so... But I just wanted to kill that guy, because the last time I was there, that guy was the one guy left, and I didn't know that there could be a guy there in that corner, so I thought, since I already started there, I might as well kill him first, but... Well, you see what happened. Anyway. How are we looking like? 6, okay. Let's hope this time I get the full ship, because I didn't just take the Aurora because I wanted to fly it, but also because my Cutlass spawned without doors and any equipment.
Unfortunately, our automated system is unable to access that ship at this time. We apologize for any inconvenience. Please try
Your ship
again
has been
later.
delivered to the
Or
following
select a
landing
different
pad.
ship.
C1. Behind us. Okay. Anyway, on the right. Also, the most important thing why I'm back into the game right now is that the performance is quite a bit better than it had been before. Now, during recording, it's a bit worse than it is during not recording, as you can probably imagine. But during not recording, I can pretty consistently play at 60 FPS, which is fine, you know. Here it's kind of between 30 and 40-ish. Well, it's still good enough. Probably not that great for space combat, but we'll see if we'll even get into that. Anyway, the cutlass hasn't changed since we last saw it, so let's just roll. Okay. Another thing that was recently added is you have control over whom you want your ship to be able to access. If I find the bloody button here. I can open and close the exterior doors, and I can also lock the entire ship. So if you think that your ship is about to be stolen, maybe you can also lock it.
Port impact warning. Launch complete.
A lot of people that just if they can't enter something that they want, they'll just move on to destroy it if you're not there. So
Gear up.
I'm not sure how much it helps with griefing, but it's something that you can do. In any event, let's actually go somewhere else. Let's go to the map again. So as I said, this was basically the map as we had, as it existed in the last versions. A few things have changed, like the repair and refuel stations are gone, and there's just the comm arrays and the planets left. Then they added Dalamar as a kind of nearby planet. And now this whole system is here. But before we go somewhere, let's actually go to this one first. To Crew L2. You might be wondering what Crew L2 means, and I'll tell you all about that in a minute, but let's first get there. It's Crew L2 because it's Crusader's L2 point. I think it should be the L1 point, to be honest. Not sure why it's L2. It should be L1.
Quantum drive is now on.
According to my definitions of Lagrange points. Huh. Anyway. What we're gonna find here at this Lagrange point is basically a truck stop in space. So another small station that sells things, and that enable you to refuel your ship. Because while my ship has a lot of quantum fuel and can probably make a whole system trip without refueling, if you have a smaller one, you probably don't have that much gas in your tank, and you need to make a pit stop every now and then. So that's where we're heading here. As you may realize, getting there is fast, but not quite as fast as you probably imagine, and this is only just a short hop away. But let's check it out. So it's a Lagrange point. They took some liberties in placing some asteroids here. It would be fine if it was an L4 and L5 Lagrange point, probably L3 too, because we know pretty well from observation that these actually have asteroids. In the specific case of the L4s and L5s, they're also called Trojans. But where's the freaking station? There's some lights. Not sure why my afterburner is limited here to 330. I'm not in any atmosphere. That's particularly weird. Anyway, some of you might be wondering what a Lagrange point is. If we have some more time in a minute, I'll go into detail what a Lagrange point is and why I think that this should be L1 and not L2. Anyway, let's try and land, you know. Hello? Well, I guess, considering the message we just got, it's possible that the landing system is all jumbled up again here. Because it has way too few landing areas for the amount of people that currently want to go here. So let's just put our ship away somewhere.
Front impact warning.
All of our landing areas are currently full.
Oh,
Please hold for
Impact
assignment.
warning.
yeah,
Land-
I got it. All the landing areas are full, so I'm gonna make a new separate landing area and, you know, EVA. So, let's land here. At some point this is probably gonna be made illegal, because it's just, you know, landing a ship somewhere. Whoops. Okay. Well, let's take off the engine.
Engines offline.
Oh, we're still moving, that's not good.
Engines online.
All of our landing areas are currently full. Please hold for assignment.
Can we stop moving, maybe?
Landing complete. Engines offline.
That's close enough, I guess. Anyway, let's go. Let's actually take the side doors. Because I'm not sure if I open the back door, I might, you know,
All of
just
our landing areas are currently
give
full.
my ship some speed.
Please hold for assignment.
So just open the side doors is sometimes preferable here. Anyway, let's head in. There's a landing area right down there that we're just gonna walk in. Not sure why it thinks that all the landing areas are full, because that one is definitely not full. Maybe they're reserving it for larger ships, but it's definitely not being used right now. Anyway, let's head in here. Elevator. Thank you. So let's go to the lobby.
All of our landing areas are currently full. Please hold for assignment.
So maybe I'm not gonna get that message every now and then. Alright, here we're inside. Basically, this is a stripped down, further stripped down version of
I'm
Port
sorry.
Odyssey that we've
Your
already
vessel
seen.
exceeds the size limitations for our pads.
Yeah, I'm aware. It also has a small observation deck here, I believe, where you can just watch ships appearing and disappearing. Should have parked right in front of there. Anyway, let's take a look around. Other than invest money to buy guns, you can also invest money to buy ship parts, because you can actually upgrade your ships these days. If we take a look at our vehicle loadout, well, that's equipment, vehicle loadout. Let's go back to Aurora, because the Cutlass is currently, well, doesn't really matter. Basically, the Cutlass is made up of several parts. Not sure why I have 5 EOS available. That seems a little weird. I'm not sure why I have spare coolers available. Well, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, but basically, I could take these, like the shield for instance, which is a size 2 shield because of the ship, and it's a grade C. Grade C is one of the best grades. It's probably reliable and it's cheap to replace and all that, but it's not particularly awesome. It's civilian class. So if I wanted to invest some more money, I could like look at another size 2 shield that has a better grade. So where's your... So let's take a look at shield generators, for instance. So this is also size 2, also grade C, but at least it's industrial, so it's probably a little bit better than what we have. Size 0, size 1, size 1. Alright, they don't offer too many interesting shields, but in other shops you can go and technically buy better equipment than what your ship already has, which might give you a slight edge in combat. The problem right now is, I already talked about how persistence is kind of a little bit wonky at the moment. If your ship gets destroyed, you get back the base version of your ship, basically. And the base version of the ship did not include this upgraded shield, so we'd have to buy it again. And since they don't come that cheap, and options to buy to earn credits are a little bit limited still, and the payout is not that great in most cases, you'll probably not end up wanting to do that most of the time. Anyway, I wanted to go here and buy a sniper rifle, so I have some long-range options in the future. So let's buy that right off the shelf. And also, let's buy some ammo. No ammo here. Let's also buy a med pen, another one. Thank you. And a railgun magazine. No, I wasn't particularly looking for that. Do you have a... I'm gonna use that monitor for a moment. Energy rifle. Scalpel magazine. Wait a second. There, arrowhead sniper rifle battery, right. I could have bought this gun in Olizar too, but this shop here has a sale because it's a little further off and nobody goes here. So they have better prices, so I thought since I wanted to go here anyways, it's also another shop here opening at some point. Can't do anything with these lockers, I think. So let's actually go again. Alright, took a little bit of a pit stop. Since our ship doesn't have a bathroom, we could probably also use a bathroom. Not sure if there's bathrooms here, but you know, that's something that I wouldn't be surprised to find. Let's say that. Let's go to the pad. I'm not sure if that's was the pad where we entered. I think it was, but not 100% sure here. All right. Oops. Interesting. Apparently it's still a little bit buggy. The elevators. Also, in case you were wondering, the elevators don't physically transport you all the way. If you were keeping track of where my ship was the whole time, then you might have noticed that at some point it just teleports, basically. You know, it gives you the illusion of, yeah, I'm being transported somewhere, but it doesn't exactly happen. Which is okay. I mean, it's what I generally classify to be as an acceptable break of reality, because if I don't think too hard about it, I have like the illusion of, you know, it's transporting me somewhere, even though transport technology doesn't exist. Someone requested transportation to Port Olizar. From where? But from here, right? That'd be too easy. Oop. Wait, there. Let's get in here. What the hell is this? Huh. Apparently we can look through the floors at some angles. Spooky. Anyway, is that job still there? No. What we saw there for a second is, right now you can also issue your own contracts. Basically, there's two types of contracts that you can issue with beacons. Basically, you can create a beacon for having yourself transported somewhere. You know, maybe you're stuck somewhere, your ship is lost, and you want to further immerse you by not killing yourself and then respawning somewhere where you can also respawn with your ships. What you say, I'm stranded here, can someone pick me up for, I don't know, 400 credits or something. You can do the same with combat assistance if you need something. If you need someone to escort you somewhere, you can also create a beacon for that. Set how much money you're willing to pay, and then people can go here and accept and then do that. And then when it's done, you can pay them through the system, which is pretty nice because it kind of enforces, you know, multiplayer gameplay. So it's definitely good. Anyway, and also this way you can pay someone who helps you with things, which
Engines online.
which with the way how missions are still currently working, if you're in a group.
Launch complete.
Apparently I was too far to the left. Sorry. Apparently I notched the station on my left side when I went up. Anyway, let's continue to go.
Landing gear up.
Okay. Alright, now we're at Crew L2, and let's go to Hurston. Auto range. So we're still not supposed to go there. I guess that's different in the PTU. Anyway, let's not go there then. I wanted to say you can also go and visit planets, but that's just in the PTU build that I've been playing a few days ago, not on the public one, which I'm using here. Can't record on the PTU build. So much about that plan. Well, I guess you're not here to listen to my explanation about Lagrangian points. So I guess we can head back. Because we can't really go anywhere else. The other things are also out of range, even though I have enough quantum fuel to get there and back, but just barely. Strangely enough, you can go to ArcCorp because they messed up not being able to go there, but there's nothing there. Yeah, there's supposed to be a planet there, which you can see on approach, and then once you hit that, it's just gone. Don't think you can actually reach this. If that was out of range, I'd understand it. It's not out of range. I'd expect the same thing to happen there, though. Well, let's try out. Let's try it out. I haven't been there before because I thought, you know, if Hurston isn't there, and if they try to keep us out of ArcCorp, then probably Microtech would be off limits too, right? Well, let's check it out.
Quantum drive is now on.
Anyway, while we wait, because this is a long distance, it will probably take like quite a few minutes to get there, because we have to go like 55 million kilometers, and we're not that fast. So it's probably gonna take minutes before we even reach that. So we're probably gonna end the episode before we do, because we'd be sitting here a while. Anyway, what I wanted to explain with all the Lagrange points that I want to talk about. I kind of enjoy that that the game uses, you know, science to explain a few things. If you're wondering what Lagrangian points are, or Lagrange points, L points, some crazy people also call them liberation points for I don't know what reason, just because the shortcut is L, I guess. Basically, they're points where if you just ignore the rest of the celestial bodies in the system and just look at two, one with a higher mass and one with a smaller mass, like for instance, let's say Stanton and Crusader, the planet. If you just ignore all the rest, then the Lagrangian points are points where basically their gravitational forces cancel each other out. You know, this one here, you can basically it's probably the easiest one to understand why this happens. Basically, you have gravitational attraction from Crusader here, which pulls something that's located here into that direction. But you also have gravitational pull from Stanton, which pulls something in that direction. So at this point, which is close to Crusader, because Crusader has less mass than the Sun here, obviously. So, but at this point, basically, an object here would not move and remain at this point because it's not being pulled in either way, because the forces cancel each other out. Yeah, that's probably the easiest one to explain. But there are other points too, like what they call L1, which I believe actually should be L2. I think they have these two messed up. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll start a forum post about this. but I think L1 should be the one, is classically the one that is closer to, you know, the more massive object, and L2 the one away. The same thing happens on the other side too. So if we look at the Stanton and Hurston system here, there's also a similar point that is on the opposite side here. The reason why the forces cancel each other out there are more complicated, but it exists there too. It also exists here here too, for more complicated reasons. And for even more complicated reasons, such Lagrange points also exist at a very specific angle here and here. Actually, all these 3 points that are basically in line with the more massive and the less massive objects, they're all unstable, so there shouldn't really be any asteroids there, as far as science tells you, but they took the liberty to say, you know, we want to have something there, and it's, well, but really it shouldn't be stable, because, as you can see here, this point is also rather close to Crusader, so making the approximation here that, you know, so making this approximation that we're just looking at Stanton and Hurston kind of falls down, because it's also pretty close to Crusader, so even if forces cancel each other out between these two objects, if there's just a slight bit of disturbance caused by another neighboring planet like Crusader, everything would just move towards Crusader and then never get back here. So the L1 to L3 points are not stable. The L4 and L5 points are, however, because the reason why they are balancing out there is more complicated, but something there will probably remain there, which is why in our own solar system at these points there are also objects there. Like for just the Earth and Sun system, it's not very big objects, but for, let's say, Sun and Jupiter, for instance, there's really some asteroids there that you could take a look at, and they're generally called Trojans, because, you know, mythology. Anyway, as you can see, I've made a long-winded explanation, and we're not even halfway there to Microtech. I don't think anything is there, so I'm probably gonna be stranded there with my ship and having not enough fuel to take me back. So it's probably not going to be very interesting to look at, to wait for that and look at that. But you can get the point, you know, space, it's really big, you know. While this quantum drive is fast, I mean, fast-ish. Not sure what speed we're exactly looking at here. I believe they talked like 0.2 c being the speed of light at some point. So it's fast, but not insanely fast. Anyway, just wanted to talk about, you know, how kind of science weaves into the game. At some point I believe they made mistakes here, but who knows. Like, they obviously noticed that for Crusader there also should be what they would call an L1 point close to Delamar, but it doesn't exist here because Delamar is already there, you know, so they noticed there that something about the stability is a little bit off, but didn't quite get the full picture. Anyway, I think it's still nice. I'll probably go to the forums and complain that the numbers are all messed up anyway. But we'll probably see more of Star Citizen in the next episode. Maybe a little bit of combat now that combat's working, but we'll see that next time. Have a good one.